anyị kelee gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nketa anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi nara ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise ise ise.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Sunrise on Radio Biafra 102.1 FM. My name is Sochima Mbanali. Sochima Mbanali is from Isu in Olo province of Biafra land. And it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Today is the 21st day of April 2024. And the time now is 3 minutes past the hour of 5 in the holy and blessed land of Biafra. So once more I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are listening to us from, depending on where you are tuned into Radio Biafra from. Our religion is Biafra, and we worship here on Radio Biafra. This is where we worship. This is where we conscientize ourselves. This is where we motivate ourselves. You know, worship. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and we were talking about worship. Not really worship in the sense of subject matter, but our conversation related to worship, and it took me back to what is happening in several corners of Biafra land. Took me back to what is happening at Enugu, where our land has been given to some people to build their mosque. Some people to build their mosque. And this young man, he was saying to me that he cannot at any point in time ever disregard his ancestors. That he will never disregard his ancestors. And then I asked him, what is your religion? And he said that his religion, he is a new convert to Islam. I said, wow, that's wonderful. There are lessons to be learned from that. But then again, how do you say you will never at any point disregard your father and disregard your ancestors? He said, no, because they are the ones who brought me into life. They are the ones, without them, I am nobody. Without them, there is nothing like me. I will not even be in existence. I said, yes, that is true. That is a matter of fact. But that is exactly what you are doing. He said, how? I said to him, your ancestors. He said, no, religion is just me connecting to God. There is one God and all of that. I said, yeah, that is true. Now, tell me, did your ancestors not have a way to God? Did your ancestors not have a way to God? That was my question to him. And he couldn't answer, but he finally came and answered the question. And he said, yeah. So I said to him, then why are you not following their own way? If they knew God, if they had access to God, why are you not following their own way? Why are you following a foreign way? And he stood looking at me. I said, no, because if you say you do not want to disregard them, but at the same time, you are disregarding their way of connecting to that same one God you say there is. That's one God you say that there is. Which means no matter the path you use, you are still going to that direction. Then why are you now ignoring the path of your ancestors, since it is the same direction that you're going to? And at the end of the day, he understood that you are disrespecting not only yourself, but those who came before you, if you neglect the ways of your ancestors. The ways of your ancestors are there for you to make better, for me to make better, for me to learn from these other people and use it to reform my stance, the way we are, where we are coming from, to reform it. One of the problems that we have as black people is we have been taught that our culture cannot change. And that is false, because change is something that is constant. Change can never stop. Everything, every single thing is subject to change. Now, you reform your customs because perhaps 1,000 years ago when that law was made, or 1,000 years, we say 1,000 years as if it is a very long time. It is really not a long time. It is really, look at how days pass. Every day, before you know it, today is gone. Before you know it, you are old. And you are wondering where your age went to. Look at that child you gave birth to. Before you know it, that child is all old. And you're asking yourself, and when you now look back, you see that thousands and thousands, if not millions, have passed. They have passed quickly. Quickly. So the law that was made probably 5,000 years ago that says a woman should not wear that which belongs to a man, neither should a man put on a woman's garment. Remember, it was made thousands of years ago. You do not know the hygiene of the people then. Therefore, their law had to be appreciative of the state that they are in. The level of their civilization had to be in tandem with the law, with their custom. And today that you have a process that is clean, a process that will make sure that everybody stays healthy, and you still want to apply the same law of thousands of years ago. So now if, for instance, your partner is cold and you are not, you cannot now give your partner your jacket because you are afraid that this was what was said. But thousands of years ago, you would have been afraid to give her your jacket because her body is open. Even as a kid, I was taught that the body of a woman is open. She can easily be infected, easily. And there was no proper medical service. But today you have all these things. Therefore, it must have effects on our custom, on our culture. We must be able to adjust to what is right today, not leave what you have and run for what you do not know, what is to the interest of other people. This is where we worship. This is where we worship. We must be able to set this platform and make it proper. We must be able to set it to the highest standard that we want. People watch Al Jazeera, people watch CNN and the rest of them. It is people like you and I that set these platforms on the high that they are right now. On the high that they are right now, it is because people like you and I sat down and said, What can we do to be able to be international, to be able to be in this standard, to be able to cater for the white, for the black, for every color? So this is where we worship what our leader Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu has been able to organize for us. It is up to us to maintain it. If we say we love him, if we say that we love him, it is our responsibility to maintain and to upgrade. Not just maintain, but upgrade. Upgrade. This is where we worship, and Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our religion. If you are having troubles listening to us, you can join us by going to your radio and searching for 102.1 FM. 102.1 FM if you are in Biafra land, and you'll be able to listen to us. We are also streaming live on satellite. We are also streaming live on various apps such as Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. These are very low data usage apps that you can download and use easily from anywhere. As long as you have internet, you can be able to use them and download them easily. And if you want to go to our website, you can also listen to this radio from our websites, various websites that we have, such as radiobiafra.co and ipob.org. You will be able to listen to this broadcast, listen to our live broadcast, and also read latest news and general information concerning our march to freedom. And the second website I called, ipob.org, the second website I mentioned, you can be able to also donate towards this gospel, towards the freedom of the Biafran people. Ensure that you donate towards the work that the Eastern Security Network is doing, safeguarding our land. These are wonderful men and women who have taken up the responsibility of ensuring the survival of our race, ensuring the survival of our race, your survival and my survival. Wonderful people. Do you understand the reason why every time I come here, I play the same prayer of our leader? That's that prayer of our leader, why I keep playing it every single time. There is a special place for the Eastern Security Network and everybody who has availed his or herself for this work. And therefore, for me, it is an honor. It is a great honor to be able to pray for such people every single time that I come on air. For every single time I come on air. So in whichever capacity that you can contribute, make sure that you contribute towards the safety of our land. Towards the safety of our land. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, I call for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the DSS solitary confinement in Abuja, Nigeria. I demand that Nigeria government must obey the rulings of its own courts. These courts declared the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his continued incarceration as illegal and a crime against humanity. Nigeria government kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya on the 19th of June 2021. He was tortured in Kenya for 8 days before they brought him into Nigeria. And since then, he has been confined to solitary confinement at the DSS facility. On the 20th of July 2022, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention declared that the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a violation of international human rights conventions and called for his unconditional release. All these pronouncements have continued to fall on deaf ears as Nigeria government has continued to blatantly ignore them. Instead, they have pursued every effort to inflict severe physical and psychological torture on this innocent man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Recall that the same government on the 19th of September 2017 tried to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being due to appear in their own courts days later. On the 14th day of September 2017, inasmuch as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu managed to escape that assassination attempt, Nigeria government did not just go. They made sure that they left a bloodbath in his home. They massacred at least 28 people inside his home, his family home, with his parents there witnessing this. As a result of this, he lost his parents. Both of them. 28 people, men and women. The worst part is that even the dog, the family dog, was not left alone. Their dog was killed by the Nigeria military, the Nigeria security agencies. On top of the 28 people they slaughtered in his house, they massacred in his house, various bodies was discovered across that area. The corpses was discovered across that area. This is Nigeria government, their way of operation, their modus operandi. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not steal from anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not kill anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not order for people to be killed. No. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, our job is to protect our lives and to protect our land. Our job is to promote advancement, development. Now, if this is the case, if this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is campaigning for, why then is Nigeria government against him? Why then have they tried several times to kill him and failed? Why then have they tried several times to have him locked up in solitary confinement without anything, without access to his doctors, without access to his lawyers, without proper medical attention? Why is that the case? It is because Nigeria government is a government that operates on the policy of slavery. Nigeria government is a government that does not want a good life for the Nigerians. It is a government that is concerned with ensuring that Nigerians are reduced to the lowest of the low, to ensure that Nigerians do not progress, to ensure that Nigerians are not successful, to ensure that Nigerians are broken. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presents a solution to the numerous issues for decades that has been plaguing Nigeria. Since the creation of Nigeria, Nigeria has always been suffering, has suffered from corruption, political instability, human rights abuses, economic mismanagement, ethnic tension. These and many more are the problems that Nigeria has suffered from birth. And these are the problems that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought solution to. So now, why would Nigeria government reject a solution to their problem? Why would they reject solution to their problem? Now, this goes to tell you, when Nigeria government speaks about development, that they are ready to develop, they want to collaborate with this person and the other person to develop the country, you know that they are simply lying through their teeth. Because they do not care about development. If they did care about the development of lives and properties in Nigeria, they would not have abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya in 2021. They would not have kept him in solitary confinement today. What crime did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit? He presented a solution to the Nigerian problem, and those who do not want Nigeria to be better, the government of Nigeria that does not want Nigeria to be better, the DSS that does not want Nigeria to be better, they went and abducted him, and since then, they have kept him in solitary confinement because they do not care about the interest of Nigerians. They have no care about the interest of Nigerians. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB is simply asking for a United Nations supervised referendum for the indigenous people of Biafra, for us to decide our own fate as indicated in the United Nations Charter, which Nigeria is a signatory to. This is all that we want. This is all that we are asking for. Today, thousands of Biafrans are illegally held at different Nigeria government dungeons. Today, thousands and thousands of criminals are being paid by Nigeria government to operate in our land. Some are operating in our land as police, as army, as DSS, while some are operating in our land infused into different security structures that they have put up. Imagine a government that created a force that is there only to kill people, to harvest organs. Imagine a National Assembly that passed a law that deals with the harvesting of organs, that took away the organs of the people and gave it to the government. Imagine a constitution that took away the power of the people to their lives, the power that the people's land belongs to them, the power that Nigeria belongs to the people, and gave it to the politicians. Imagine such a country. How do you think such a country is designed for Nigerians? Nigeria is not designed for Nigerians. Nigeria is designed against Nigerians. Nigeria is designed to strangulate Nigerians. Rather than for Nigeria to respond to this United Nations supervised referendum that we are calling for, they unleash criminality. They refuse to respond to a democratic process of which they say that they are that they understand. They refuse to obey this democratic process. They recruited terrorists so that they can invade us, invade our bushes, kill our parents, launch attack against us from the bushes, while the army is opening fire in our houses, killing people, killing innocent people who did no wrong. And this is why we must support the Eastern Security Network. This is why we must support the Eastern Security Network. Now, let me take you back to, let me take you a little bit back to what IPOB said concerning the court, that we do not trust the Nigerian court. We do not trust the Nigeria court with regards to, even with regards to the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria court has failed. Nigeria court has shown that it is not responsible. Nigeria court has shown that it is not there for the interest of the people. And IPOB said that we are not interested. And at this moment, I want to remind those who took up the responsibility to ensure that they continue going to the court to understand the stand of IPOB once more, that Nigeria court cannot give justice in this matter. Nigeria court is not, what's that word? They cannot be trusted because they have no backbone of their own. We therefore are calling on Nigeria government to, rather than all this their caricature, all these jokes that they are making against themselves, to obey the ruling of their own court. If they want us to trust in their own court, then they should obey the ruling of their own court. Their own courts discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They refused. Yet they want us to have faith in the same court. The Supreme Court said that Nigeria government committed a crime of extraordinary rendition and that the bail that Binta Nyako revoked should not have been revoked. And today, Nigeria government failed to obey their own courts, and they are still asking us to trust in their own court. Now, let me introduce this news as we proceed. This is from Niger Delta Journal, and it says, did the governments of UK and Nigeria deliberately set up Aloy Ejimako to be a trap for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Now, that is a question. That is a question. Let me read this before I give an opinion, and I'm sure you have something to say about this. But let me read this. It says, this caption given to this title, this article, is likely to take many people unawares, leaving them in total bewilderment and uttermost discombobulation. Oyibo. This sense of confusion must certainly have its roots in the fact that many people know that presently Aloy Ejimako, the brilliant, erudite, and versatile lawyer, is the lead counsel for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of the Biafran nation, IPOB, in the case involving the federal government of Nigeria, with all the spurious, ridiculous, and infantile charges brought against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, notwithstanding the fact that the British and Nigeria government jointly abducted him illegally from Kenya and extraordinarily renditioned him, and are presently mindlessly, torturously, and sadistically incarcerating him. Even before the terrorists in uniform called the Nigeria Security Forces, but particularly the Nigerian army, went to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house to assassinate him, but failed woefully in their plot. Though they sent over 28 Biafrans to their early grave in what was called Operation Python Dance, the British and Nigerian governments have been scouting for evidence, or should I say witnesses, to implicate or incriminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their baseless, unfounded, laughable, and childish charges against him, just to truncate, wheedle, stifle, or possibly extinguish the Biafra advocacy fire, or to justify their claim of associating IPOB with terrorism. So basically, this man is saying that it's been a while since Nigeria government went shopping to get evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against IPOB. Now, we must understand something. Any evidence that they are shopping against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is against IPOB. This is why I have said here on this platform that I will never forget nor forgive Aloy Ejimako for trying to associate IPOB with criminality, with the works of Ekperima. Because this is not just, people look at this, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is not just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the figurehead. Even him understands, even him acknowledges this fact, that this war is not against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is against Biafrans. It is against IPOB. It is against IPOB. Not against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but against IPOB. That is why I found it very, very worrying when a lawyer went to a TV, Arise TV, and tried to put together the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and criminality in one sentence. And the worst was that it was at the point of reading a note which disassociated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for criminality, written by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, At the same, imagine saying one thing, saying two things in the same sentence. In the same sentence. You are there to speak about the criminality and how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is against it, and at the same time you are saying the worst was even how he introduced there are things he can say and things he cannot say. You should go back and check that interview and you will understand what I'm saying. That there are things that he can discuss with his lawyer, with his client, that is not for public consumption. And today he's telling us that DSS brought evidence against him on his discussion with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It makes me wonder, what is it that he goes there to tell Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because on his interview on Arise TV, he already made mention of it. And it is troubling. Therefore, I am saying to this write-up that it is not just that it was planned for him, but he knew what the plan was. He cannot escape not knowing what the plan was, because it is clear from the start that he knew. Now, with that being said, I believe that there is still time for him to retrace his steps and do what is right. I think there is still time for him to retrace his steps. I'm not talking about time for forgiveness and all of that. That is not the question. What I am talking about is there is time for him to retrace his steps. He cannot keep feigning ignorance. Whatever that he went in there to say to Onyendu, it is his opinion. He does not even represent IPOB. And Onyendu is not IPOB. Onyendu is the leader of IPOB. Now, this is from Niger Delta Journal. You can go up and read it. It went through, it is talking about, it has details of what has transpired, how the Nigeria government and Britain created some groups, the Autopilot IPOB, Reformed IPOB, Youth IPOB, New IPOB, all these different nomenclatures in order to bastardize what we are doing. And it went forth to say that, recall that Dave Omahi, when he was governor of Ebonyi State, had once boasted that he was going to create another IPOB within IPOB to facilitate and expedite the destruction of IPOB from within. From within. So this is from Niger Delta Journal. You can go ahead and read it. You can go ahead and read it. Okay, now next on the news. Let us go international a bit before we come back. This here says the US and EU have imposed sanctions targeting hardliner Israeli settlers engaged in violence against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. In the occupied West Bank. So, this goes to show you how international politics works. You know, at a point yesterday, I was thinking to myself that, you know, we have not even started in politics. This fight that we are fighting, and when discussions about the national policies of different countries, when it comes to Biafrans, are discussed, some people become emotional because, one, they cannot reconcile the national policy of that country with the way they feel towards that country. And I got to realize that we have not even really started. There might be a time when a country might say, you know, it doesn't matter, like what Nigeria is doing today. It doesn't matter whether you are right or wrong. It doesn't matter the fact that you are right. I just don't want to associate with you. Britain could do that. And because you have this idea of Britain, I'm using Britain as an example, it doesn't mean that you must let, or we must let our emotions to take the best part of us. And at this point, we must keep pushing. Now, the next news says Nigerian RRS police officer shoots Abariba-born businessman Emmanuel Okocha to death for refusing to give them bribe, Roger in Aba. Rogue officers from the Rapid Response Squad of the Nigerian Police Force has shot and killed an Abariba-born businessman, Mr. Emmanuel Michael Okocha, along MCC Abai, Aba, for refusing to give them bribe despite the fact that his vehicle license were complete. An eyewitness account by the deceased victim late father's apprentice, who was sitting next to him in the car, had it that they drove all the way from Abariba on Wednesday, 17th day of April 2024, and entered Aba through Osisioma flyover. On approaching opposite Abai Girls Secondary School, a team of police officers stopped them and demanded for the car documents and driver's license of Mr. Emmanuel Michael Okocha, which he quickly availed them. After the check and control of the papers, the police officer returned the documents to him and started demanding for a tip, Roger. The late Emmanuel replied the officer that he hadn't nothing to give him after wasting his time, and started moving his car to leave the checkpoint, only for another officer standing in front to turn his rifle and shoot at him without provocation. Mr. Emmanuel Michael Okocha was hit by the bullet and he was shouting that he has been shot, and the police team ran into their car and drove off. The eyewitness drove the victim to the nearby Living World Hospital before calling his attorney, who joined him to MCC police station, where the police team and the trigger-happy shooter was identified by the eyewitness. The young Mr. Emmanuel Michael Okocha, who was struggling with his life after a surgery by doctors to save his life on Thursday, died of the gunshot injuries yesterday, Friday evening. The Abariba community is calling on Abia State government under their adopted son, His Excellency Dr. Alex Chioma Oti, to intervene to ensure that rogue officers in Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies get the message that the lives of innocent Abia State citizens must be protected without compromise. The Abariba community has been wounded and are saddened by the unprovoked, reckless and brutal murder of their promising young son. The philanthropic and kind-hearted father of the victim, late Chief Michael N. Okocha, whose time and wealth touched numerous lives and commitment, drive to community development, is still visible in Abariba after 2 decades of his demise, must be watching from the spirit world to see how his beloved Abariba will rally to ensure that those who brutally cut short the life of his beloved son are served this justice they deserve. This ugly incident is a constant reminder of Biafran sufferings in the hands of the Nigerian rogue police officers. Now, this goes to remind you that in Nigeria, everything is designed against you. Everything. Now, look at a police officer that is meant to protect the lives of the citizens. It is the one taking the lives of the citizens. And I applaud Abariba people. They mustn't let this go. Every single one of them involved must pay. Must pay. Not the kind of payment of what's his name, the cop that was humiliated in Imo State, and he went to jail, and the next thing he's out. This is what Nigeria government does. As a matter of fact, people like this police, are not supposed to live. I am saying it. They are not supposed to live. When you kill a Biafran, you are supposed to die. You, in this day and age when we are trying to stop insecurity happening in our land, and a police officer is the one killing an innocent person, and how do we establish, how do we ensure that there will be anything called justice when the Nigeria government are daily bringing in terrorists into the police, into the army, when they are daily bringing terrorists into the different security networks, when the Nigeria government are busy recruiting terrorists, giving them different names, AVG, Ebubago, and the rest of them. How do you think that leaving these people, even to leave them in prison, is not the solution? Because even prisons are broken into. The same government, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, orchestrated the breaking into of the prison in Imo State, next to the headquarters of the police station. The same police that killed this innocent man. Next to them, the prison there was broken into for hours. The people who broke into it and released criminals, they stayed there for over 3 hours, according to information. They were singing. They were making a very loud noise next to the barracks, the headquarters of police in Imo State, next to the government house, next to the army base at Obinze. So these people should not be let go. They must pay, all of them involved must pay for the death of this man. We must not let even one single death go unpunished. Everyone that comes into Biafra land, any one of them that comes into our land must know that anyone that we lose, they must lose. That the person involved and those who supported must just know that it is over for them. That is how we must protect ourselves. That is the only way that will stop them. That is the only way that will stop them. Now, the next news is coming from Gisco, and it says 3,504 Nigerians on death row, including those who got postgraduate degrees in prison. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm not going to read this, but I'm just going to, because of time, I'm going to tell you a story. Now, there was this young man. There was an accident that happened. There was an accident that happened according to him, and you know Soccer Pete. According to him, this is his story. You know Soccer Pete, his wife or girlfriend, they were living together, or she came to visit. I don't know exactly. It's been a while since this happened. And she was living, or I don't know what happened, but she was outside and she fell into the pit, right? By the time people started looking for her, by the time he started looking for her, and the search was going on, the neighbors, everybody was invited to help and search, and only for them to see her flops, her slippers, close to the pit, and then she's dead. The Nigeria police did not investigate. They did not do nothing. They did not even check the marks there to see if what happened, how this person lost their life. And on top of the mourning that we lost a life, they took everybody around there into custody. And the next thing, this young man was put on there for life sentence. Life sentence. It took a lot of bribery and years of this guy being in that death row for him to be released. No investigation, no nothing. They just said, oh, okay, you killed somebody, therefore you'll be in the death row, without any investigation. So if that is their case, why do they allow people like Abba Kyari, who harvested organs, to live? Why did he not suffer the same death sentence for all the people that he killed. Can you imagine the number of people that Abba Kyari killed? Why is he not paying the price for it? Now, this police officer that killed this young man, but if it is an ordinary citizen, an ordinary Nigerian, an ordinary Biafran, they will put you on death row. Now, waiting to fleece your family of every resources, every money that you have in the form of bribery, so that they can now release you. And most people don't even get released. I was listening to this man and he was speaking about how somebody said that only, I think, around 10,000 naira was what kept this young man in jail for, if I'm not mistaken, 20 years and more. Can you imagine? This is happening in Nigeria. Most of the people in Nigeria jail are innocent. Most of them. The criminals are not in jail. The criminals, the government even break down jails to rescue criminals who, in one way or the other, got locked up. They do not keep criminals in jail. It is innocent people that they keep in jail. Abba Kyari that was in jail, they released him. They released him. And he's somewhere enjoying his life. Now, this next news is coming from, it says, Niger Delta Journal. And it says, Nigeria, the giant of Africa, an unmerited position. And it says, Africa as a continent lost its glory despite all that it's found in it, given by nature when the white race enforced Nigeria as its giant. So Africa lost its glory when Nigeria was forced as a giant on Africans. And the reason why Nigeria is regarded as the giant of Africa, forced on Africa as their giant, is for them to be an example to Africa. Now, when Africans are looking at Nigerians and looking at how Nigerians are so mixed up in criminality, the government is so bad, that becomes something to look up to, something to normalize, something to see as this is normal. So it says Nigeria is a space where more than 100 indigenous tribes were forced to live together without their agreement, and then a particular tribe was made to be a perpetual head over others in every aspect of life. All this inhuman and wickedness was done by the colonial master Britain. Now, let's go back to the place where it said, where it said a tribe was made the head. A particular tribe was made to be a perpetual head. Now, this particular tribe, I was reminded a few days ago by one of our comrades that we must not stop telling the world that these people are not even indigenous to Nigeria. These are people who came from Futajalon. These are people who came all the way from Senegambia. These are not indigenous to Nigeria. They forced the indigenous people in Nigeria together. When the British colonial slave masters left, they brought other foreigners and gave them the perpetual, according to this, head over others. Perpetual head over others. Foreigners. Do not forget that Fulanis are foreigners. They do not have any land in Nigeria. Not even a plot of land. They do not own a plot of land in Nigeria. These governors, like Enugu State Governor, who is busy giving lands to them, must be careful. Giving lands to foreigners who are hell-bent on killing the indigenous people. That will never happen. And it says the Fulanis that were not even indigenous within the said geographical space were made to be on the leading side politically based on their agreement with the colonial criminals, Britain, USA, and a host of other European counterparts just to pest on Africa continuously. These Europeans and other white men countries see the height of atrocities being committed by the Fulanis, yet kept mute and turn a blind eye to it. All the game played by the Europeans is to enable the total Islamization agenda of the Fulani Caliphate, or annihilation, if resisted by other indigenous tribes. Just mentioning but a few of the atrocities against the citizens of other tribes. The killing of these are atrocities that they committed, but these are not even nothing compared to compared to the real atrocities that they are committing. Now, let me read the atrocities here. It says the killing of over 50 Nigerian soldiers by Boko Haram in Yobe. That is, bandits killed 10 soldiers in NDA attack in Kaduna. 17 soldiers feared dead as bandits attack Zamfara community. Mentioning just a few. This is just a few. I mean, are we talking about this year? Are we talking about the slaughter in Plateau? Are we talking about southern Kaduna? Are we talking about Borno? Where are we talking about? Are we talking about Olo? Are we talking about Olo? Are we talking about Obibo? Where are we talking about? Are we talking about Lekki Gate? If we are taking it there, are we talking about Mpo massacre? Are we talking? Where are we going to begin? Are we going to begin from 1945, or are we going to begin with about women's protest where they massacred our women? Are we going to begin with 1966 to 1970? Where are we even going to begin? The massacre is too much. And it goes here to say, imagine a giant of Africa that negotiates with criminals and terrorists and finally purposely submits to the demand of the Boko Haram terrorists, but will turn back and send military in battalions to southeastern region, that is talking about Biafra land, to kill and destroy residential houses owned and lived by people just for demanding for self-determination. The only solution to Africa's setback is the total division of Nigeria through a well-supervised referendum by the United Nations. Divide Nigeria now and save Africa and its occupants. This was written by Mazi Owalaka Owando. Thank you very much. Let us go to the next news. Before we open the line, let us go to the next news. Now, let me bring something here. There is this news I want to bring up. Let me quickly check it. Okay. While I am checking for that news, let me bring this news. This says Okwama community indigents drag Nigerian army to court, demands 100 billion naira damages for properties destroyed. Okwama community, they drag Nigeria army to court and they are demanding 200 billion naira in damages for properties destroyed. Now, I'm going to also ask, what about the lives? How do you put that into monetary terms? What about the lives? How do you put that into monetary terms? That is a question that I'm asking. What about the lives? What about the lives? What about the lives? I am glad at least that they are doing something. Something must be done. The indigents of Okwama, Ewu, Ugele South local government area, Delta State, have filed a 200 billion naira lawsuit against the Nigeria Army at the Federal High Court in Warri for cordoning off their community, destroying their homes, dehumanizing them, and accusing them of killing 17 military personnel. About 17 residents of the Okwama Ewu community, whose lingering land disputes with the Okoloba community in Bomadi local government area escalated, resulting in the intrusion of soldiers into the community on March 14. Are suing the Nigeria Army, the respondent, for 200 naira billion in general and exemplary damages. Now, I'm going to leave this here because you find out that land issues are politically motivated, where in Biafra land issues are politically motivated. So that goes to show you that this whole issue, it's strategically planned. Let me put it that way. Very, very well planned. The massacre of Okwama community was planned. When you check their what do you call it, land disputes, it is politicians who set these people up against another. Every village knows where their boundary ends. In our culture, in the Biafran culture, we don't move boundaries. It is something that we know very, very well. We know it very, very well. It is a habit. It is a lifestyle. It is our culture. It is our custom. When we talk about our custom, these are things that will give us a better and peaceful life. This is why we keep saying that we must go back to our roots and clean up our culture, dust it off. Those things that we think are not necessary in this 21st century, we jettison them. We put them in the archive of history. So that even in 1,000 years, in 2,000, in 100,000 years, people can go back and say, do you know we did this thousands of years ago? Now, let me bring you another news. This is coming from Sahara Reporters. It says, farmers, Miyetti Yala Union in Southwest signed peace pact in Oyo State. This is very, this is very funny. Okay, let us go. Do not forget that Tinubu already said that the Fulanis and the Yorubas are one. So we are watching them as they give away their land. It says here, farmers and herders in the Southwest signed a peace agreement on Saturday to cease conflicts between the two warring groups and enhance food security for everyone. So basically, they are telling us that there was war actually between farmers and herders in Yoruba land. Basically, they have accepted that there have been that herders, the Fulani terrorists, Miyetti Yala, have been dislodging people in the Yoruba land. That is what they are basically saying from this first paragraph. It says farmers and herders in Southwest signed a peace agreement on Saturday. That's yesterday, to cease conflicts between the two warring groups and enhance food security for everyone, which means because the farmers did not leave their farm to go and be warring with herders. No, it was the herders that left Futajalon and came to Yoruba land to kill innocent people. And that, it makes me sick when I see a Yoruba man being vile to Biafran, being very, very vile to Biafrans, destroying Biafran people's properties that are bringing money to your table, instead of facing the real problem of your people, the problem that are sending you into internally displaced camps, that are chasing you away from home, that are killing your people. Now, let me continue. It says, Shegun Dasaolu, the coordinator of Commodities Farmers Organization in the Southwest region, and Otman Ngezama, the president of the Miyetti Yala Cattle Breeders Association, signed the peace pact on behalf of the two groups. Okay, basically, it is here telling us that it is Miyetti Yala that are responsible for this war that they are talking about in Yoruba land. Basically, they are telling us that it is Miyetti Yala that is the terrorist organization that people are calling Fulani herders. The terrorists that is called Fulani herders are Miyetti Yala. That is why Miyetti Yala is a president in that state signed, what is it called again? Otman Ngezama signed a peace pact on behalf of the two groups. Now, why is Mieti Yala a legitimate stakeholder in Nigeria according to the Nigeria government? Mieti Yala that said that if you want peace, give your land. A group that is a terrorist organization, a legitimate stakeholder in Nigeria. Okay, let us keep reading this funny publication. Let us just look at this, the joke these people are making of themselves. It has clearly stated here that Mieti Yala invaded Yoruba land. In the first paragraph, it stated it clearly that they invaded Yoruba land and they have been killing people in Yoruba land. And in the second paragraph, it clearly stated that Mieti Yala is directly responsible. They are the Fulani herdsmen. They clearly made it clear that they are the Fulani herdsmen. And then it says the signing took place at a Commodities Farmers Organization Summit on Saturday at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan, Oyo State Capital. The theme of the summit was Sustainable Food Production in Southwest Nigeria, the Way Forward. Speaking separately while signing the accord, Dasaolu and Ngezama stated that the measure was required to ensure peace in the zone and across Nigeria. Okay, that this signing, only the signing of the dotted lines is what it takes to ensure peace in the zone. Now, this man, let me take you back to what you said. Mieti Yala said. Mieti Yala said, if you want peace, give land for Ruga. If you want peace, give land for Ruga. That was what they said. And today, this report is telling us that only by signing on the dotted line, there is now peace, which means you don't need to give your land. Which means you don't need to give your land. Okay, I want to quickly bring out this news. It doesn't even make sense because at one hand, you are saying that signing on a dotted line is enough for peace. And at the other hand, you are telling us that for peace to reign, there must be giving of the land. Unless this Yoruba group are not telling us exactly what happened, if they also gave land. Unless they are not telling us if they also gave land. This says, Ruga, give us land if you want peace in your state. Fulani herdsmen to governors. And today they are signing on a dotted line telling us that, oh no, just the signature is enough. Just the national president of Mieti Yala Cattle Socio-Cultural Organization, Abdullahi Bodejo, has boldly declared that any governor who desires peace to reign in his state must provide lands for cattle grazing with basic amenities to sustain the herdsmen. Now, it says Abdullahi made this declaration while speaking with newsmen. During an interview, Abdullahi said so many governors have attached politics to Ruga, enacting the anti-grazing laws to make life difficult for herdsmen, you see. His desire is that if you want peace, that is, if you want the killing by the terrorists to stop, give them land. So all that they are after is your land. And today, this news is telling you that only by signing on the dotted line that there is peace. Now, isn't it we are here, we are watching. It says, that Solu said the summit focuses on ensuring that the Southwest farmers return to the farm. Which means you people chase them out of the farm. The terrorists chase them out of the farm. When you see a Yoruba person in Lagos shouting, talking about Igbo business, what business do they have? The shops that they have. The shops that they have, the buying and selling. The houses that they have. You're talking about it, but your land is being taken. Your land is being taken away from you. It says here, the summit focuses on ensuring that the Southwest farmers return to the farm, which means they were chased away from the farm by the terrorists. It says, and also to promote food security in the country. This summit brings together farmers and herders across the 6 states in this region. This is to allow them to proffer solutions to challenges faced by both groups and the need for the government to carry us along in providing support, policy formation, and assistance. Okay, I'm not even going to ask the meaning of that, but let's continue. It says, we have signed a peace pact to put a stop to farmers' herder clashes. The first step we are going to take is to identify who are genuine herders in the Southwest. We have also agreed together to collect data in that regard. So they are telling us that there are people who are claiming to be Fulani herders that are not herders. Is that what they are telling us? If they are not herders, how did they get their cows? You know, this is what they do. When they come to you, they say to you, oh, don't worry, peace, peace, peace. We will sanitize. We will do all of this. We will go and check. But the same herders tell you that they get their guns from them. They get their guns from the Nigerian army. Which means Miye Tiyala and the Nigerian army are working together. Which is the reason why anytime you see the Nigerian Miye Tiyala sacked from any community, you find the Nigerian army going there to kill people. Now, when you want to see a place that Nigeria government want to bring in Fulani terrorists in to look at where the army goes to kill people. Where the army goes to kill people. And today they are telling you that, hey, don't worry, we are not even sure which one is our members and which one is not. Where are they getting the cows from and the weapons from? From the same Miye Tiyala. From the same Miye Tiyala. If these people are not yours, why then are you signing the peace deal? Why, if these people you say, we will now check to see who belongs to us and who is not for us, why then are you signing the peace deal if these people causing the problem are not your people? You see, they are takia, they lie through their teeth. And it is, when you sit down and look at their lies, it doesn't even make sense. It is easy to decode. It says here also, the president of Miye Tiyala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Ngezama, said, nothing works when there is no peace. So we will work with farmers to promote food security in Nigeria. We'll also work in collaboration with them to fish out kidnappers in the South region in particular, and Nigeria in general. You want to help them fish out your own people. Then why are you signing, if you are not the kidnappers, why are you signing a peace treaty? A peace deal. If you guys are not the kidnappers, if you guys are not the killers, if you guys are not the cattle rustlers, those who feed plants, people's crops, feed people's crops to your cows, if you are not the ones responsible, then why are you signing the peace deal? Why are you signing the peace deal? And remember what our leader said to them. They have made sure that Tinubu becomes the president of Nigeria, the drug dealer, the drug baron. And today, there are also others who are more interested in that money than in their land. The people I feel pity for are the ordinary Oduduwa people who have been brainwashed to think that the Igbos are their problems. When you ask them, how did an Igbo man become your problem, they cannot tell. It's just a brainwashing. And you know something about a black man does not want to ask questions because it is uncomfortable. Any Yoruba man who asks questions, you must understand that that person has been able to overtake and overcome that hatred that has been there, created from inside the family. And you still want us to be one. Now, I'm saying this because it says here a former governor of Oyo State and the Otun Olubadan of Ibadan, Rashidi Ladoja, and the Eyaloja General Folashade Tinubu Ojo were among Nigerians who witnessed the signing of a peace pact. Why am I not surprised that Folashade Tinubu Ojo is part of this? After all, Tinubu said that the Yorubas and the Fulanis are one. I feel sorry for Yorubas who see this and accept these people. Our leader has said it. If you allow Tinubu to be there, your land will be taken over. And today, you are seeing it happen right before your eyes. This is it happening right before your eyes. They are making promises to you, telling you, oh, don't worry, we don't even know the people killing you. We are going to fish them out. If you don't know them, how will you fish them out? If you don't know them, why are you signing a peace deal? How can you sign peace that you will stop killing people, you stop killing farmers, when you are not the one killing farmers? It's like what the Nigeria government is trying to force on IPOB. Say, hey, you know, you are the one. So that we'll say, okay. And some people were even talking about amnesty for those who did nothing wrong. Those who did absolutely nothing wrong. They're talking about amnesty. You remember when they were talking about it? You ask yourself, are these people okay? Are they mad? Are they mad? Today they are making promises to the Yoruba people in line with what Tinubu signed for him to be president. Tinubu doesn't care about the Yorubas. Is he a Yoruba man? How sure are you that he's a Yoruba? You think he cares about the Yoruba people? He does not. It is the ordinary Yoruba man that I am concerned for, because even I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. I was having a conversation with my driver the other day. I said to him, listen, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we are talking about somebody not crossing a border and come into your country for safety. It is human nature that if you want to survive, if there is trouble, you must survive. Every other thing people are saying, it is irrelevant. That is why when we talk about our people in different places, it is the law of nature. When there is a pressure, you find out that surface, when it reaches, the pressure is up to the force holding it together, it begins to separate. It begins to dislodge into different corners. It is human nature. Once there is trouble in one land, they will run to another land. Therefore, I feel sorry for these Yoruba people. After hating the Igbos, after hating Biafrans, your land is being taken over in front of you. And tomorrow, where are you going to run to? Some of you will run to Benin Republic. Some of you will run to Biafra land. And you want to be accommodated. And you will want to be accommodated. I was saying to the guy the other day that this is human nature. You cannot stop people from wanting to leave. They have to leave. If running away, some people will run, some people will stay and fight. Because those who run will see running as the only option they have, and those who stay and fight are seeing it as the only option that they have. The only option that they have. Stay and fight. And today, we are encouraging our people, stay and fight. There is no running. Yes, the fact of the matter is some people will run. That is for sure. But we want to encourage majority of our people, over 95% of our people, over 95% of our people to inculcate the mindset of staying and fighting. Of staying and fighting. Fight for your own survival. Fight for your own betterment. Now, as I open up the line, I want to read this announcement. I want to encourage you to join IPOB ESN funding. The date will be May the 4th, 2024. May 4, 2024. And the time will be 7 p.m. Biafra time. 7 p.m. Biafra time. This is for the date of May 4, 2024, IPOB USA ESN funding. The special guest of honor is Maazi Chika Idoziem, the head of the Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra. And the guest of honor are members of the Directorate of States. And then the chief host is IPOB US Mobilization. And then, of course, the host is IPOB USA Women. And the master of ceremony is one of us, Nwa Chineke, Radio Biafra Hausa Service 2 broadcaster. So you must make sure that you are part of this program, that you are part of this fundraising. Go and contribute. We need every dime. We need every penny for us to do this project. For ESN to be able to secure our land, we need every dime to ensure the safety of our land. Now, the line is open. You can call in and be part of the conversation. I see I already have a missed call. Let me see if I can call this caller again. Let me see if I can call back. But then the number to call is +27 78 064 5457. +27 78 064 5457. Let me see if I can bring this caller into the program. This is, I believe, Maazi Chukwu Emmanuel. Let me bring him into this program. And then the line is open, so you can be part of this program. You can contribute towards this program. Today is Sunday, the 21st day of April 2024. Maazi Chukwu Emmanuel, welcome to Radio Biafra. This is Sunrise. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndewo.
Good morning, Mbanali.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Very well, sir. Very well. How are you?
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again. As always, I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven. I greet him once again. Yes, I just wake up now and I heard about your topic about the Yorubas and Fulanis. Honestly, I don't know. Our leader has been saying this thing for years. And here we are. The Yorubas are more interested in eating the Igbos, destroy the property of Igbo man, envy and jealousy. And here now, what the Fulani want to do, they are threatening them to give them land so there will be peace. Fulani need peace. Do the Fulani need peace? Fulani don't know what peace is all about. It's just to, if you allow them to give you them one each of their plot, that will be the base the Fulani will set up to start to, to increase their criminality. Fulani is known by criminal, kidnapping, stealing and looting. That is their base. That is who they are. What I'm always worried is up to today, our people, Igbo people, are still sleeping when the hell is coming. When the hell is coming. Honestly, when I think somebody like P2B, up to today, who cannot reason, who cannot understand that one day that we will die and leave the hell for the living. Last week, I heard that Ubunyono have died. Ubunyono is the person that go and wake this dead man, the former president, in Dawara, telling him to come and fight, run for election, because Buhari, after 2 times he lost election, he retired. He said no, that he will not come back for election. But Ubunyono go and wake him up. He come this last one, which made Buhari to be the president. And Ubunyono have given nothing, only to give him a minister for Nkanoza, and that is that. What did Ubunyono get? Nothing. And all of that. I wonder what will happen to Igbo people by now. By now. If these people hear what our leader are preaching for over 10 years, before now, they will do everything to support IPOB, ESN, before this hell that is coming. The Yoruba will be interested to join with the Fulanis to attack our people, to make sure, because that is the only way they have power. Each time when Yoruba talk tough to Fulani, instead of Yoruba to talk back to Fulani, they will talk against Igbo people, and nobody will talk. Look at this criminal, Emmanuel Iwanyam. Look at the one they call Isiguzo. Look at all these idiots that cannot reason, that cannot understand that death will one day come and knock on their door. What are you going to remember when you die? That is very important for any genuine human being. If you remember that one day you will die, you will sit down one day and start thinking, what of when I left? Am I going to remember for?
Yeah.
I don't know how black people reason after all these years. It's a pity. It's a pity. Nevertheless, we continue. Thank you, my brother, for your kind effort every day. It's not easy. Chukwu Kabiama will be the strength of those who are human beings, because human being is very few in the black race. There are very few. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And tomorrow you'll be joining me here tomorrow for about 15 to 20 minutes tomorrow on Monday. 22nd, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Just reminding Biafrans that tomorrow is our leadership teaching as well. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you, and God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
There will. That was our brother Mazi Chukwu Emmanuel. Now let me introduce you to another caller. Caller, you are live on Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. And thank you very much for calling in.
Okay, good morning, my brother Ututoma. I remain your brother Ugochukwu Chukwemeka Nwajago. I'm calling you from the land of the devil, the headquarters of devil on earth. I only want to comment on two things. The first one is about the person who knows that our leader have no case to answer, just because he simply want to, make himself known, in the answer lead counsel of Mazen Kano. If he is a disciplined human being, he wouldn't have gone ahead to do anything. He would have respected this noble organization called IPOB with the leadership. For the fact he opened a mouth and said one chick, deuxième, there is no how he can come in close anymore. Because as on any change, also, so he has messed up everywhere. And he's still going there. The same thing, if I need to find the mic also come here, I've been telling us, IPOB have been hammering it, the Supreme Court or whatever they call them, they have said that now they can have no case to answer. And he still went ahead and bring our leader down to the extent that our leader will be speaking for himself. He had destroyed his career, if you have any left. He have destroyed it. So on what do you call it? Appeal court judgment, that is where we stand. That is where we stand. Nandekan has no single case to answer. Anybody that is carrying him up and down, deceiving him, remember that there is always a payday for every work where somebody did here on earth, from the hand of man and from the hand of God. So he should bear that in mind. Now, secondly, our people in Okuama, Okuama in Delta State, that sued these people to 100 billion or 100 trillion. It's like giving a monkey banana and you want to collect it back. Has Nigeria obeyed their court? Do they obey their law? Talk less of paying you compensation. Which money are they going to use to pay the compensation? Our own money, our own resources money. That's what they are going to use. I want to tell everybody listening to me, whether you're a Biafran or a Nigerian or animal zoo or sympathizer of Biafra and lovers of freedom worldwide, or even one Nigerianist, that Nigerian police is worse than corruption. When we talk about corruption, Nigerian police is worse than that. I want to tell us one thing. In my community, 2nd January 1993, do you know that the Nigerian police give a neighboring community there's police uniform they use it to attack our community? I kept this very matter quiet. At due course, I will mention the name of the place and the people that was involved. They are Igbo people. They went and collect police uniform and use it to attack my community. Those people that attack my community, they are the same thing like Fulani, are the same people who did slave trade with British against our people. They attacked my community, shot a lot of people. Kill one person, only one person died. But that one person that died is a genocide. Because genocide is just a single person. Once you kill one person, have committed a genocide. So many people got bullets into their head, into their skull. Some have into their stomach, some went through their neck and come at the back of their neck. They're still alive. They may be listening to what I'm saying today. And those who are involved in those crimes, they may be listening to me because some of them are listening. So Nigeria is a very big disease. If we don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy us. And for Nigeria not to destroy us, we must do everything possibly. Everything in our hand, in our power, to destroy Nigeria and their creation. Those who created them, if they continue to, they will destroy them. So there is no good thing that will come out of Nigeria, only death, 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 until Nigeria is disbanded and destroyed forever and ever. I just want to use this opportunity to thank you, my brother, for a good job you are doing. And thank every broadcaster. You guys are doing a very marvelous job. Tell me where we would have been today if there is no IPOB, if there is no Radio Biafra, if there are no broadcaster that has something in their score that is speaking. You're speaking through to the matter itself. Remember, our leader said, for those who think that they have outgrown their listening to Radio Biafra, that as long as Radio Biafra is on, is speaking, Biafra will come. So some of us are thinking that there is no point to listen to Radio Biafra. If you don't listen to Biafra, if there is no Radio Biafra to organize us, don't they know how important Radio Biafra is? Without Radio Biafra, we don't know what we'll be scattered like a broken bottle. Because it's only Radio Biafra that is bringing us together. That is where we worship. That is where we get our information, where every authentic information come to. Whoever wants to hear what we are talking about, whoever wants to know what is going on in the struggle, is through the Radio Biafra, not through any other place. Directorate of State, they're in charge. They are our parliament. And inside the parliament, there is somebody who is always at the head of every organization. In absence of Nnamdi Kanu, Chiketusem is there. So, my dear, Nigeria is just what it is. America and the other one that are doing four face. Yes. Maybe one day they will see that if they continue the way they are going, that they will lose everything. They will make a U-turn, but we are not waiting for them. That is the nature of life. We must protect our interests. And our interest is to restore Biafra and safeguard the future of our children, or our unborn children and the generation yet to come. I say kudos to your work. Keep it up. May Chukwu Kabiama be your guide. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you too. Thank you very much. Now, Gina said Aloy is here to do damages for the clean case. A GO4 has finished. And if you, that is from Gina here on Facebook. She commented on Facebook. I do read out comments once in a while. So, I think that is true. If you go back to the interview, that interview from that he had at what's the name of Mazi, can you please mute yourself? You a bit distracted. I'll come to you now. Please mute. When you go to that interview, you find out that you are not mute. When you go to that interview, you find out a lot about the plans. First of all, started by saying that there are things he can discuss with his client that is not for public consumption. And now he's telling us about DSS blackmailing him. And now, when you put both of them together, you see the direction he's heading to. But we are there. Thank you very much, Kola, for being part of this program. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndewo. Hello, Kola. Okay. Kola, yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, my beloved brother Mazi Sochima. My name is Mazi Kenneth. I'm calling from my location. And my back home in Biafra land, I'm coming from Obudu, Cattle Ranch, the land of Biafra. I appreciate you so much for your good work you are doing for us, Biafrans all over the world. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and all his lieutenants, and those that are working seriously for the restoration of Biafra. May God Almighty Chukwu Okabiama continue to bless you guys and continue to strengthen you, give you the wisdom that He will come out every day and night to teach us and for us to understand where we are. What I want to let Biafrans and Nigerians, those that they believe in one Nigerians, to know that the young man that you keep in your custody, Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have any case with Nigerian government. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have case with Britain. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have case with America or France. Because we know this is the people that they are bringing confusion in Africans. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asks for self-determination is not a crime. It's written in the law. In Nigerian constitution, it's written there. Even in the international communities, they know what is self-determination. If I have a spoon, I have a plate, and this plate belongs to me, and someone else, and later on when I say this thing belongs to me, give it to me, is it a crime for me to go and ask for my property? This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asks for. He asks for the freedom of indigenous people of Biafra, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igbos, Ogoja, Izong, down to Bakassi, to Igodomigodo. We are all Biafrans. The eastern region made of Biafrans. And you think that you, my mother, my father, my uncle, my aunties, my sisters, you think that you leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon because what he asked for, it doesn't concern you. You think that that thing that he's asking for is not in your position. You think that that thing will not concern you because you are eating from the table that the one that is dropping from Nigerian terrorist government, they are giving to you. You think that is the final for you. You think that is the best. And you use your own children, keep them in abroad. Using that money that is dropping from Nigerian table, giving to your family, they are living in abroad, living good. You leave your own people in the village, no light, no road, no water to drink, and you see BNM, you are Ohanese, you are a chief, you are a senator, you are a governor, you are House of this, House of Assembly. What are you doing there in that House of Assembly? What are you doing there in that government? What are you doing there in that place that you are pursuing one Nigerian city, Nigerian post? You are there to secure your own people. I wonder the kind of people that we have in the eastern region as a Biafrans. You think the Yorubas, the Fulani, protecting their own people, and you call governor, call Ohanese, call the chief. You leave your own children to die in the hands of the terrorists. You leave your own children to suffer in the DSS. Leave your own children to die in the prison because it did not concern you. My brother, my dear father, my dear mother, the day is coming, you will pay with the blood of the innocent people that you are accusing, pointing finger that they are dying in the jail. You think what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for, what would Biafrans, the IPOB, the leadership they are asking for, it doesn't concern you. P2B, it is a big saboteur in our struggle. We know all them. Hopus Odemba, governor of the former governor of Cross River State, all of them, Akpabi, all those people down to Igbo land, they are all fake. They are not there to secure me and you. It is the only IPOB that God sent through the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If it is not these people, if it is not IPOB, we don't know where we will be in this time. And if it is not even Radio Biafra, we don't know what we are going to pass through in the hands of these terrorists in Nigeria today. Okay, Peter Obi, you know that your brother is in DSS. You don't speak for him. Even some of the governors in the eastern region, you doesn't ask for your own son. You doesn't ask for your own brother because you think that post you are there today, you will remain there forever. My dear brother, you believe you mean when you go and serve them, you come back in shame. Even the little money they give to you as a governor, as a senator, at the end of the day, when you don't finish, they will still come back and take that money from you. What is the gain that you don't want to support the Biafran struggle? Why you don't want to speak for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release? We believe in appeal court that the court that they have judged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Umuahia say he has been free. He has been discharged and acquitted. This is what we stand for. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never stand a trial. Even those that they are believing pushing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left and right to go in appeal court, go to this, that. We don't believe them. All of them, they are fake. They are working for Nigerian government. They want to keep our leader. They want to put him in prison so that they will tell us, okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should deny Biafran struggle. And the people of Igbo, the people of Biafra, they should come to asylum. They should come to this. We don't want that. We don't want that. What we ask for, them they have said, the government of Nigeria have already said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a free man. They cannot come back and change it. And that is where we stand for. And we let them to know that the time of 1966 to 1970, this is not the time again. When they sabotage us with their media, they sabotage us with everything that they have. They speak lies against us. They commit the genocide to Biafran people. They don't want to speak about it. In this earth, where will this thing will happen? This genocide committing to Biafran people in 1966 to 70, and they keep quiet over 3 years and 6 months. We die of hunger. The ones that they kidnap to different places and throw us inside forest. The ones that they kidnap to different kind of country, they do their plantation. We are there, we are suffering. And today, give our forefathers 20 pounds. After the genocide finished, they say no winning, no vanquish. We still be together today. We are the most important people in that particular region called Nigeria. This is the kind of, that is why they hate of us. They hate us with passion. They hate us with everything. They are wondering, these people that we give their father 20 pounds, and they are the people that are making things happen in Nigeria. Why? My dear people in that country called Nigeria, God has blessed the people of Eastern region. God has blessed Ndibo. God has blessed us. You cannot take that away from us. What we want from you people, we want freedom on our own. If it is the oil, we will give it for you free. Let our leadership be free. We are not begging you people. We are telling you people what will happen. And when the day comes, Nigerian government will know, Tinubu, the young man you keep in your custody, let this man should go. Yoruba people, talk to your government, your president to lead Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go.
Yeah.
The genocide you want to bring again, it will be for everybody in that place, whether Fulani, Hausa, Biafrans, the Yorubas, all of us will perish. The British will not have any space to come to that place because this is not the time anymore. We are ready for it. And we'll fight it from Britain, from different countries before we go back to that particular Nigeria.
Thank you, Mazi.
Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not commit any crime. It is self-determination is not a crime. It is for everywhere that you can do it. Why it is in Africa, they doesn't want African to be free. Why they don't want African to drink their cup and to keep their cup down. Everything that we are doing, they always come to us to kill us. Everything we do in Africa, the white people come to steal, and with the help of the useless one in Africa.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chiso. May God Almighty, who sending people to come for this struggle, we will continue to fight and continue to speak. Let the world hear us. But when the day comes, they will say, we did not speak. And we don't want to do anything behind our leader. Our leader has to be free. And let's set for referendum. This is what we ask for. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Very, very well said. Thank you very much. And I think it is time for one more call. Okay, let me answer. Okay. Thank you very much, Mazi, for calling in. Thank you for calling in. Please introduce yourself and your opinion. Ututoma.
Ndewo, Sochima Mbanali. Udochukwu okukabia maderege. Great Biafrans. Udochukwu okukabia madure ndị ihe ọma nna dị mma. My name remains Mazin Obasi Ejike. Biafra is our religion. On this Sahara platform, Radio Biafra is where we worship. Eze Chukwu okukabia, the God of our land, the God of our ancestors, is our God. Mazin Namdo Okuchukwu Kano is our leader. The leader of over 70 million people. He must be free. Tata Bumbosi Orio, no Fumbosi, Nankro Bosi Nondi Boja Aguizi, 4 market days in our land. Tata Bumbosi Orio. Mazi, you started from telling us the culture and the way the culture normally change as things are going. Things will be normalized, changing, because we are human. You know, when we talk about the culture and the rule of nature, Igbo people is number one to know that. We are practicing the rule of nature. We are the people of the book, no matter that white man change it to favor them. We are Ndibo. That is something you cannot do. When you do that, the karma will hit you. On Igbo land, we know who we are and where we come from. You know, when our leader started, he came down here. He did not call somebody to Britain for them to start doing something. No, he said he will come back to grassroots, starting from there, telling them, and teaching us. That is Mazin Namdi Khan for you. And he showed us the real way of Ezechukwu Kabiam, that you must call your brothers, call everybody in long table to discuss. This is what we want. This is what will favor us as a people. And he know it from our ancestors. That is why he built IPOB in a way that people will know what we represent. That is the nature of IPOB. And when we talk about Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and the way he approached people, he did not approach with violence. He always telling you, see, we need to talk man to man, spiritual argument. That is what Nigeria is lacking. Nigeria don't want to know. What they want is, some will say God will say. Some will say that you should not judge what God, the anointed one. You know, they always believe lies. See, if Nigeria is a country that want peace, even if they want to destroy Igbo people, they will look Mazin Nnamdi Kanu on the face and know what he represents. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is a Turi prince. He make something that none of Nigerians have made it. Said what we represent. Our family IPOB is based on 4 cardinal points. That thing alone, 4 cardinal points. You have never seen a Nigerian talk about this, but we know who we are. That is IPOB. It's our culture. You must be without fear before your enemies. Say the truth the way it is. You know, when we talk about this, people should understand. We are not here to against anybody or try to destroy people's life or try to take land away from Nigerians. We want to build a society when everybody will be happy, will be proud of. He said the second one of it, you must speak the truth always, even if it lead to your death. Stand there, you know, African Christianity, don't. If they say the truth, if you nurture them, that will start shaking. But we don't do that. Third one, he said, you must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be a good character that God is a Chukwukapiam will help thee. You know, all those things mean something, but Nigeria don't care. You know what they want? Kill Igbo man, destroy Igbo man. But Nigeria will use their hand and destroy themselves. We are not, we are here to tell Nigeria they must to follow the rule of law. They must to follow the nature of this world, no matter whatever. And when number 4, our leader said, you should not be violent in approach. When Nnamdi Kanu started, he did not abuse anybody. He telling them the truth. And starting from that day to today, he still stand there. He never tell to go and kill or to and kidnap or to go and steal. No, he will tell you what to do. He will come to you face to face and telling you what to do. Why Nigeria don't want good things to happen in their own, only evil. And when we talk about, I remember 2020, when we started volunteers, I know definitely the day we started meeting Fulani settlement where they are inside bush, telling them that we don't want them here. We did not just come and chase them away. We always give them 4 days to pack out because we don't want to violence. But what we gain, killing them, destroy them, kill them, you pay them good, you pay them that. You know, when we talk about our nature, people should understand what we represent. A young man said that they have peace talk with Nietara. Nietara start from where? They are in us. The answer is no. They came from Mali, came from Senegalia, came from all the places to come and take your land. And he now get ground to tell you, you must have peace. And you know, they don't Fulani, and well, that one is for Yorubas. There's no need talking about whatever they are like, let them do. Yeah. So, great Biafrans, what we want, our own land. We have our boundaries with Yorubas. You know, there's no way with Fulani can just jump inside here telling us they want us to have peace. For who? For where? Fulani don't have peace. If Fulani want peace, since they are paid money, since they are kidnapping our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for now they said, these people, since they are kidnapping these people did not stop. They are still preaching the same thing, the same they want. But what they want, they are mentioned Chinas and they are mentioned our HOD, talking this, that this, I asked them, what is the offense of Chinas and Wolu or Chike Dozem? Because you want to demoralize us. Because they said no to evil and you want to kill us. We are here. Mazi, may Elohim bless all the good ones. What we are telling our people to stand firm, don't change. Sure. Tell yourself hard. Whatever you see, whenever you see them, you face them head on. But remove fear from our eyes. And we call Chukwukapiama to bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Neke, to continue bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Norio, continue blessing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Nafo and Mpo. We are here. We are not shipping ground. What we want, support ESN and be a good person. Follow the leadership. Don't allow evil to take you out of the line. May Elohim bless you.
Bless you too, my brother. Thank you very much for calling in. Thank you very much. And to everybody who tried to be part of this program but unable to, I do apologize. Sometimes it feels like there is never enough time for us to be here. There is so much I want to read. This is coming from... what is the name of this newspaper? Okay, I'm just seeing this from Opera. And it says, we contributed money in South, you took it to North, and you want us to continue like that? This is from Ayo Adebanjo. He's saying, we contributed money in South, you took it to the North, and you want us to continue like that? This is by Ayo Adebanjo. And I will quickly read because we are actually out of time. It says... let me quickly bring this up so that I can quickly read it to you. It says here, in a recent interview with Arise News, Ayo Adebanjo, a prominent leader of Afenifere, voiced his concerns over the perceived injustice and disparities in Nigeria's constitution and revenue allocation system. Adebanjo criticized what he sees as unequal treatment between the North and South, particularly in the allocation of resources and the creation of states and local governments. We contributed money in the South, you take it to the North, and you want us to continue like that. That's the constitution that we had at independence, exclaimed Adebanjo. So this is the clear state of things, the clear state of matter in Nigeria. And there is so much happening, but because of time, I will just advise you to go and check this news out. There is another one. This is a press release from IPOB dated the 20th of April 2024 with a heading that says, IPOB remembers our father, Chief Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife. Remember that Chief Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife was one of the prominent Biafrans who was always available at the court in Abuja for Onyendu's legal case. Remember that Chief Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, despite his position in Nigeria politics, he was treated shabbily by the Nigeria government. The DSS did not even allow this man, this elderly statesman, to come into their own court. They left him outside under the sun. They left him outside under the sun. An elder statesman, that is the treatment that Nigeria gives to Nigerians. And we remember him. We remember his passing. And we are saying that may Chukwu Okike Abiama take his soul to the right place in his abode. Papa Jenkoma, and prepare a better place for us so that we'll meet you again in our own time. As a Chukwu Okike Abiama, bless you. May your legacy always be remembered by Ndibo. Thank you very much. And this is where we'll bring this program to an end. Join us tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking about leadership. We understand that leadership is a problem in Nigeria because the way Nigeria is designed is to bring rulers, people who do not care about your interest, to be in charge of your lives. Thank you very much and do have a wonderful, wonderful day. Remember, you're a Biafra.